Greetings, Sky Watchers, and welcome to the sky above us. I'm James Albury, and I'm your tour guide to the night sky. On Saturday, October 14th, North America will experience an annular solar eclipse. What am I talking about? Let me show you. Both Earth and the Moon cast two shadows, a darker inner shadow called the umbra, and a lighter outer shadow called the penumbra. When the Moon is in the new phase and it passes directly between Earth and the Sun, we can experience a solar eclipse. If the Moon is just the right distance from us, we can see a total solar eclipse. However, since the Moon's orbit is not a perfect circle, there are times when the Moon is further away from us during eclipses. In the case of the Saturday, October 14th eclipse, the Moon will be near apogee, its furthest distance from Earth. So we will have what is called an annular solar eclipse. For any solar eclipse, your location with respect to the Moon's shadow will determine the type of eclipse you can experience. Most of North America will experience a partial solar eclipse, where you only see part of the Moon cover part of the disk of the Sun. However, if you're anywhere in the darker shadow path, you'll get to see an annular solar eclipse. As I mentioned earlier, during an annular solar eclipse, the Moon is too far away from us to completely block out the Sun. This leaves a bright ring of sunlight around the Moon during the midpoint of the eclipse. Therefore, to prevent eye damage, you need to wear protective eyewear like this during the entire event. Or, another safe way to view the eclipse is to use the pinhole camera technique. You basically take two pieces of cardboard, poke a tiny hole in one of them, and with your back to the Sun, have the sunlight pass through the hole you just made in the first piece of cardboard, and it will project an image of the eclipse on the second piece of cardboard. Shoe boxes are great for this, but if you have two pieces of cardboard, holding them about a meter apart is usually a good distance to separate them to get a clear focus. One word of warning: if you have a telescope and want to view the eclipse up close, make sure you have an approved solar filter that is at the entry point of the telescope and not near the eyepiece. Good solar telescope filters are designed to remove 100% of infrared light, 100% of ultraviolet light, and 99.999% of visible light before it gets to the eyepiece. Having the filter at the entry point of the telescope filters out all of the heat and bright sunlight before it gets to the eyepiece. If you ever received a telescope with one of these filters that screws directly on the eyepiece, toss it in the trash and do not use it. Unfiltered sunlight can cause the eyepiece filter to get extremely hot and crack. This can cause instant blindness if you're looking through the telescope when it cracks. So remember, filter in the front. Alright, my friends, get outside on Saturday, October 14th and experience the October solar eclipse. Click on the link in the description for a website listing the specific timings of the eclipse for your area. Before you go, visit our website, theskyaboveus.org. From there, you can watch previous episodes, listen to the Sky Above Us podcast, get the Sky Above Us merchandise, and you can even ask me an astronomical question that I'll answer in a future episode. Solar eclipses are amazing to experience, especially when you remember to keep looking up.